It's just all that you believe in. Future, everything you're dreaming. Don't stop, you can have it all tonight. Sit back, see it from a clear view. Fuck that, they don't gotta tell you just how you're gonna live your life. Oh yeah! Rooted in creation, it gave me motivation. Collecting all these things, people and places. When it feels good, you know I gotta chase it right. What's up? Speak up. Often misunderstood. Catch up, let's up. If you tried, then you would get it done now. Right here, right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now.
Glitter on my head, a light on my mind. I got a trip upstate to show 'em what's fine. I know my friend down south, she coming around, she wanna ride. I got too much on my plate and I gotta find. I got a whole lot to say, a lot on my mind. I got my homie on the way to show 'em it's time we gotta ride.
Took me a long time, put in the work, got it from dirt. Baby, we gon' shine, baby, we gon' shine. It was a long line, I paid my dues, now watch me fly. Mama always told me, yeah, you reaping what you sow. Always had the sauce, I just kept it on the low. Gotta be water, I'm just going with the flow. Let's ride.
Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. I wanna do it right here. Let's go right now. Right here. We'll say it louder. Right now.
GM. Welcome back, everybody, to Noun O'Clock live at the Noun Square. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We're watching the end of the auction for Noun 1333. This chat bubblehead we got yesterday. If you want to follow along the end of the auction with us, you can go to nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. That's nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. They'll both take you to the same place. You can watch the end of the auction for the next minute and 30 seconds. If we don't get another bid, while you're at it, you can pick up Nomo now, number 1333. This gorgeous green suited maze we got yesterday, 0.00069 ETH. That is $255 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain, the Nouniverse, and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, Collective Noun number 406 is a beautiful scarecrow. It's on auction for the next 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So if you're not there already, yellowcollective.xyz is the place to be if you want to join fantastic on-chain club. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a little frozen scarecrow, currently going for just 0.015. So if you want to bid that up, yellowcollective.xyz is the place to be. We'll be talking about that more in a bit. But right now, there is almost 30 seconds left on this Nouns timer. If we do not get another bid, then we are going to be playing the feud. So make sure you are on nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf, because it's almost time just to play a little game. In 3, 2, 1. Congratulations to Shrimpani.eth, and now it is time for Janky FOMO. You know the drill. Thumbs up the nouns you like, thumbs down the nouns you don't. If we see a noun that gets enough thumbs ups within the first couple of seconds, that is going to be the noun that is on auction for the next 24 hours. I am not going to hit the mustard button, but know that I want to. Oh, I kind of like this noun.
Yeah, it's okay.
Honestly, just saying this is like okay, that's kind of homophobic. I can't believe you would do that to me.
Yep, it sure is.
It's so homophobic to me specifically. It's
Oh man, that's a great horse.
I'm sorry, I hit the button. I couldn't not. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's such a good horse.
Got it.
And we got it. Fantastic. I'm glad I had that up and ready to settle. That was a fast FOMO session, but I do not care. That is beautiful. Now it's time for Nomo Nouns. If you're not there already, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf. The first thing you're going to do is sign in with your wallet. That is very important. Sign in with your wallet or your clicks will not be counted. You're going to see all of these nouns arrayed before you. You're going to pick your favorite from among them.
Choose your character.
Spam click it with all your might every 10 seconds. Half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo Noun of the day. Once again, make sure you've signed in with your wallet or your clicks will not be counted. There's a couple good ones here. I really, really like that microwave. The very first one. That's so clean. I kind of like the gunk suit wizard hat, too. The panda's really
I like
nice.
the star.
Yeah, the star with the Animal Crossing leaf is fun. Well, whatever you pick it soon because we're playing the feud right now. Let's go. I'm saving the rainbow and the gunk wizard. But I think I'm gonna dedicate myself to this microwave. It's just too clean. There's a perfectly ordinary English sentence. I dedicate myself to the microwave.
When have you known a clean microwave?
Always? Do you not clean your microwave?
Yeah, I have one of those plastic lids that stops the popping from getting everywhere.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't work for everything. All right, we've got a microwave, we've got ETH chocolate, we've got a star, and we've got a ghost that's dying again. Oh, what are we going to get for the final round, though?
Final round. Microwave versus Star. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight! Microwave wins. Fatality.
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful, I tell you. Nomo Noun number 1334. This microwave head is absolutely fantastic. You can pick it up for the next 24 hours as an open edition for just 0.00069 ETH. That's 255 USD. Like I said earlier, 100% of the proceeds do go to that Yellow Collective treasury, which goes to funding artists in the Nouniverse and beyond. And speaking of that, their Yellow Collective does look like the auction might be over. Yes, it is. Congratulations to what the fuck? How do I pronounce this? Kosenanikomeni. Whoever you are, please come on the show and tell me how to say your name. Whatever it is, I'm going to settle the auction and see what we get for 407. If it is not a gator, I will be disappointed. And collective noun number 407 is a yellow square. Come on. Oh, a penguin.
Ooh.
It's a clean one, too.
Nice
Penguin with that gray beige body on a blue background. That is it. If you want to pick up this Yellow Collective noun, yellowcollective.xyz is the place to be. Like I said, the Yellow Collective is an on-chain club devoted entirely to funding artists in the Nouniverse and beyond. When I say devoted entirely, I do mean it. All of that treasury goes to funding artists. It goes to commissioning them. It goes to art contests. It goes to working on doing rounds for art tooling most recently with the little base builders round that we did. So if you are doing anything art related in the space and you want to check out the Yellow Collective, we've got a great channel over on Warpcast. If you need an invite to that, hit up one of the team. And I think a bunch of us are still giving out invites to pretty much anybody who seems like a real person. Or just go ahead and reply in there and we'll see what we can do. But the easiest way to get involved in the Yellow Collective is to participate in this auction. So yellowcollective.xyz is where you want to go for that. That was our shenanigans. We finished those in record time today. We got a beautiful deep fried horse. We got a fantastic microwave, very aesthetic, and we got an equally aesthetic penguin Yellow Collective noun, all in the span of just a couple minutes. That was fast. It was so
Very
fast.
fast.
What do we do now?
Because you like.
I feel like we're done. Not actually. We're not done. We've got stuff to talk about. Not much though, because it is a weekend. But there are a few proposals that are up right at this moment. We've got the Rosewood Cyan Noggles that ends in 44 hours, currently sitting at 6 to 18. We'll see how those goes. That goes. I need to vote on that. I was going to vote for it because I actually really like those. On the USDC buyer contract, no reason for that to not pass. For anybody who doesn't know about this, Nouns allows us to, when you submit a proposal to Nouns, it allows you to submit either in USDC or in ETH. The buyer contract is what allows it to fund proposals in USDC. It's empty. We need to fix that. Then the flows.wtf proposal ends in 3 days. Currently sitting at 12 to 0. How did this do in Nounsel? I feel like it was having trouble, but
It's 16 to 10 Nounsel. 9 abstains.
god damn. That's close. It's over threshold, but incredible that we're getting 9 abstains on that. I don't know. I'm a for this, even though I'm not necessarily for everything in this proposal on the grounds that I have great faith in Rocketman to pivot on a dime if he needs to. In you know the positive agile way, not in the liable to rug at any moment way. So I'm inclined to vote for just because it's him, but I need to think of a way to add. It's not just because it's him. It's deeper than that. It's because of the work that has been done. But I need to formulate my thoughts on that. But yeah, 12-0 up right now, and yeah, doing pretty well in Nounsel. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. Ends in 3 days. For anybody who doesn't know about flows, go check out flows.wtf. There's no way that I can summarize what this app does on this show, but it is absolutely worth checking out. In a nutshell, it is an alternative funding mechanism that where you do perpetual funding for perpetual work. My personal favorite is esports, which has gotten a disproportionately large allocation of the funding in flows, and that is not up to the flows team. That is voted on by Nouns holders. But I think that it is one of the best use cases personally in my opinion. So there's a lot of other flows over there though, and it's very likely that some of them are things you might be able to participate in. So go check that out, flows.wtf, and check out Prop 697 if you haven't yet. Speaking of esports, Nouns GG and Smash Bros 2025 is now up for voting. Nobody's voted on it just yet. but it is live, so we shall see what we shall see. Um, my feelings on this are no secret. I mean, I'm such a shameless esports fangirl. I am very much of the impression that out of pretty much everything Nouns has funded, esports has had the most significant proliferation impact. Uh, Both in terms of individuals who join through esports and end up purchasing Nouns, as well as in positive public perception of Nouns. There's a lot of the esports community is vehemently anti-crypto for very, very, very good reasons, and all of them are true. But they look at Nouns Esports and they're like, okay, well, if this org is being run the way that it is, it can't be all bad. I think they're a fantastic ambassador for the Nounish ethos, so big fan of them. And it's a hefty ask, but it is for an entire year of work, so that goes along with it. After that, we've got a resubmission of the Noun Sense prop. This is that fashion prop. We're actually going to be talking about this live on the show pretty much immediately after it goes live. Here's a little bit of free for you. We're going to have the Noun Sense team on the show. Not next show, but the one after that. Monday night, Sunday morning, or Monday night, Tuesday morning, depending on where you are. We're gonna have the Noun Sense team on Noun O'Clock, and we're gonna talk in depth about this proposal. So I won't spoil it, but go check it out if you haven't yet. It's actually some really interesting fashion ideas of using extant nouns to inspire bespoke fashion pieces. A little expensive for my taste, but still pretty cool. And finally, this is a brand new one, NNS Labs Season 3, the final act. Requesting 576,000 USDC. NNS is that thing that lets us have .noggles at the end of our name on a bunch of things. Like in the Yellow Collective, if I were to bid on this, you would see a Robot Fish Girl .noggles on that. Actually, I think on my account right now it would be Pride .noggles. But anyway. So this is looking for, I don't know what this is looking for. What is it saying? Double down on Nogs. Focus on expanding Nogs. That's the Nogs, the NNS token, and developing innovative products that enhance its utility and impact within the ecosystem. If you don't know about Nogs already, if you have any Nounish NFTs, if you are a NAR or if you have a noun, or if you have a little noun or a Yellow Collective noun, any of those, go check out app.noggles.com. There's a very good chance that you have Nogs just sitting around waiting for you. If you have at least 1 million of them, then you can start earning these ticket things that let you enter into pretty frequent drawings, and there's not a whole lot of competition in there, so go check it out. It also gives you voting power on proposals. Every single Nog does. Most people voting on those have 1 or 2 million, but still, go check it out. So yeah, that's number one. Number two, open Nog's infrastructure to broader use. Launch a white label platform allowing nouns, meme coins, and communities to leverage the infrastructure we built. This includes capabilities for social tipping, customizable reward dynamics, integrated governance systems, identity power systems powered by NNS, and much more. Noggles Club V.1. Upgrade and rebrand the Noggles Club into a full-featured standalone platform accessible to users and communities both in and outside the Nouniverse. And 4, revenue for the ecosystem. Now that NNS revenues are shared with the ecosystem, our focus will be increasing the revenues for nouns and other communities. This will be achieved through the growth of the Resolver network and granting access to every community through their own CLD, community-level domain. And that is the initial roadmap, which will expand as new experiments and emerging trends shape additional opportunities throughout the year. So keeping it nimble. Yeah, everybody who buys a .noggles username is feeding the community gets 95% of that revenue. So you really are feeding directly back into the ecosystem every time you pick one up. Yeah, looking to fund season 3 with 576K USDC. Proposal 700. Oh my god. I remember when proposals were in the double digits.
It's almost one for every 2 nouns.
Wow. Yeah, it's over that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, I still remember when props were in the double digits. Prop 101 was like season 2 of TNS.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We're also, I mentioned this before, but in a week, we are coming up on a very, less than a week now, we're coming up on a very significant milestone for us personally here on TNS. In 1 week, on December 7th, 2024, not to be mistaken with December 7th, 1941, a day which will live in infamy, we will have minted 1,000 nouns live on this show, or at minimum been witness to the minting of 1,000 nouns live on this show. Not 1,000 episodes, mind you, but 1,000 nouns, because you got to remember the Nounder nouns account for
Absolutely.
a significant chunk of that.
It's impressive.
It's kind of ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I just realized that's going to be episode
Well, I mean,
900, isn't it?
think about yellow at 407. Think about noun 1000. Like milestone after milestone.
And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I don't think any of us really knew what we were getting into when we said that we were going to host a show at 9 o'clock every day forever.
I still trying to explain it to people, the 5-minute shift, and they're just like blank faced. It's like, yeah,
I
been
haven't
around the
had
clock.
that hard of a time explaining it. I'm just like, okay, so I host a daily show. It is and it follows the end of this auction. Here's the thing. Sometimes there's a bidding war at the end of the auction, which means that sometimes an auction doesn't take 24 hours, it takes 24 hours and 5 minutes, or 24 hours and 10 minutes. It's a varying degree, usually about 5 minutes. But because I follow the end of the auction, that means that my show drifts forward about 5 minutes every day, which is why I'm currently hosting a show at 1:30 in the goddamn morning. Incidentally, there's 40 people listening on the stream, and I just want to know why?
Long
Presumably it's not that late for you, but if it is, don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do.
I have a new respect for Pacific Standard Time, or daylight time, or just Pacific time, however they're classifying it now. Because everyone's up when I'm asleep, and vice versa. I still haven't managed the crossover.
I don't know where my circadian rhythm is. I mean, here's the thing. My circadian rhythm is syncopated, and it's prog rock. So if only you could perceive time as I do. Like that's one of the things that happens when you host a show that drifts forward on a daily basis is you start to realize that your circadian rhythm is being played by Neil Peart, and you just sort of give up. I should play Tom Sawyer as the outro music today. I'm not going to, but I kind of want to. Anyway, what all's been going on? We talked about proposals, but I feel like it's been a pretty low key couple of days overall. There was, oh, this is fun. Um, Brett sent me this earlier. DWR posted a little guide to improving your feed. I'm a big fan of. Um, it's a little Notion page, and I really like this one. Symbiotek, did you see this?
Not yet.
It's a very simple, very small Notion page. It says, improve your feed. You can use muted keywords and muted users to improve the relevance of your feed. Muted keywords. To start muting keywords, settings, and muted words, or click this tape link. If you add $sign as a muted keyword, you'll mute all casts with tokens.
Yes.
If you add $sign token as a muted keyword, it will mute casts with that specific token. If you add a domain or URL as a muted keyword, it will mute all casts with that frame. Actually, sorry, that says if you add a domain or URL as a muted keyword. I need to be
rendering
careful.
Warpcast useless.
I don't know. I think in
Yeah,
some cases it
says the
renders
person
Warpcast
who's
far
on
more
Blue
useful.
Sky.
I'm on Blue Sky most of the time because I didn't know that you could mute every token. This is great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
let you see your
almost
feed.
I'm at almost 50 words on my mute list.
There's a new
I
agent
unfollowed it
on
probably.
Warpcast. I don't know
Can
how
you
old it
wait,
is.
Symbiotek, can you hear Brett?
No, sorry.
No, okay.
Okay, what were you saying, Brett?
No, I said I have like almost 50 words on my mute list, and I unfollowed a handful of people, and I keep blocking the new AI accounts that pop up,
I nuked
like
my Twitter recently.
for the tokens. Yeah, I've been periodically unfollowing people on Twitter too. I know there's a lot of people
you
who
should do what I
love
did.
the meme coins and the whole like gambling aspect of everything, but you know, that's just not my
Yeah,
thing
it's
personally. So,
not
and
my
it's
thing either.
taking over everything. So, you know, it's just giving me the
I
opportunity to
on my
prune my what I see.
yeah. Curate your experiences. I have been seeing this thing on Blue Sky, which is very funny. Um, which is that the culture is very different to Twitter. And Twitter, there's a lot of things where it's like, okay, you have to like report and like figure out all this stuff. And then Blue Sky, it's just like just block and leave them alone. And it's hilarious because what basically when you zoom out a little bit, what you're realizing is that people are being reminded frequently that in order to have a good experience, you should allow yourself to have a good experience and to curate your space. And the scary thing is, based on the internet culture that we've had over the last like half a decade, they really do need to be reminded that you can just fucking block people. It's hilarious. Like it's been so bad that people are like forgetting that they can just go, no. I'm the same way. I completely forgot that Warpcast had a muted words feature until you started talking about it. I was like, okay, it might be worth curating a bit more.
Yeah, I didn't do the full $sign because I still want to see like what people are talking about with nouns or nogs or you know
Mm-hmm.
degen is okay. Um, I like seeing like people tipping each other and it's cool. But yeah, a lot of the other stuff is it got to be overwhelming for me.
Yeah, same. But still, I do like that Warpcast has starter packs now. Now all I need is for someone to build a Twitter Spaces clone on AT Proto, and I will never have to come back to this godforsaken app ever again.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of the starter packs popping up. Toady did the yellow one, and I think it was maybe Fatty but Happy did a nounish one, and I've seen a bunch of people do ones for artists, and different like people you should follow and
Yeah.
um
I don't think I'm on any
um
Warpcast starter
trying to
packs. I'm
remember.
on. I
Oh no,
I
you're on some. I've seen you on a few.
I am.
Yeah, you're on the yellow
Huh.
one. Humpty put you on his. He did one with like they're like a bunch of people who are host spaces, and so he added you
Ah.
to that one.
Okay, that makes sense. I
Um,
know I'm on like 10 or 15 Blue Sky starter packs. But they're all things like I'm on one for cyborg VTubers, I'm on one for indigenous VTubers, I'm on one for InfoSec Blue Sky, um, OPSEC, general computer fixing things. Like I'm on a lot of things like that where, these are starter packs. I'm on a musicians one. It's like these are starter packs that you need. Like follow this starter pack if you are bad at keeping yourself safe online. And hopefully you'll learn through osmosis. So,
yeah, learn by
Crazier.
don't doing what I do.
Yeah.
yeah, by the way, if you aren't using um 1.1.1.1, go do that. Literally in your browser, 1.1.1.1. It will take you to a site where you can download the Cloudflare DNS, and it kills trackers so that like ads don't get tracked to you. Um, and frankly, more importantly for the common user, it just speeds up your internet because those trackers are no longer there. So there's really no reason not to use it. There's some things like Twitch that have a hard time with it, but you can get around that just by adding, an allowance to the DNS. So it's very, very user friendly. And if it ever gives you problems, you can just turn it off until you're done doing whatever you're doing and then turn it back on. I very much recommend it. Um, and that's been our InfoSec tutorial of the day. 1.1.1.1 Cloudflare DNS. It is absolutely free. It is funded entirely through donations. So always go for open source and nonprofit if you can, because it is always safer, pretty much.
Yeah, talking about those. I have two browser extensions that they just pop up every time I make a transaction. The Pocket Universe and Revoke Cache has one too.
Mm,
So Revoke Cache like usually pops up with like a warning when I'm um doing allowances to tokens or anything.
yeah.
And then the Pocket Universe one pops up for every transaction. It's just like a simulation, like this is what's going to happen in the transaction if you send it.
Yeah, I have a couple of those. They're useful. There's a lot of
Yeah,
really useful tooling out there. A lot
I
of it's
don't
open source.
I don't really randomly click on shit and connect my wallet to stuff, but I'm sure, those things have saved plenty of people.
It's always better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it when it
Yeah.
comes to security. I mean, there is a middle ground to reach, right? And this is what I think a lot of people, run up against is and I've said this before, but the problem with designing something where it is absolutely impossible for anything to go wrong is that when something inevitably does go wrong, it's impossible to get at and fix. Or to put it another way, there is a trade-off at some point. At some point, you will reach a trade-off that you have to make between security and accessibility. And it's up to the individual where they want to put that line in the sand. For some people, they value security over accessibility to a degree where, other people would be like, I don't have time to do all that nonsense. But there are certain basic things that you can do without impacting your accessibility. Things like the Cloudflare DNS is one of them, or like the widgets that Brett just talked about. Or the browser apps rather. That Brett just talked about that check your transactions. Like that is a non-existent addition to your usual use flow. Um, then there's things that do impact your time, but the security that is added is so great that it's absolutely worth the minor sacrifice. A perfect example of this would be using 2FA on everything. If you don't do that, you should. Another one is password managers. Go get Bitwarden, 1Password, whatever. I personally, I use 1Password because it's convenient for enterprise, and a lot of my clients, enterprise level clients in IT, use them. Um, but if you are just starting out with a new password manager and using personally, Bitwarden, they have really reasonable plans, and it's 100% open source. Um, so go check that out. And they have 2FA features in there, and you can sync it to your browsers. So all you have to do is click a button and you're done. It actually saves you time in the long run. A bit of a setup, but it saves you time. InfoSec is important. I will die on this hill. I've been thinking about it a lot because I've been building a lot of media around it recently. But yeah, I don't know how I got off on that tangent. I think I somebody
1.1.1.
yes, I started thinking
one.
about that one, and then autism happened.
That's all right. I set two agents against each other just by asking one what they knew about the other, and got a stream of notifications while I interacted.
Wait, are you telling me
I've
that
done,
you found you got two bots and did a let's you and him fight?
yeah. One's banned from the other's services as a result.
Ken Watanabe stares. Let them fight.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
there's a
sounds.
new agent that will purchase tokens just by asking.
Uh,
No transactions needed. You just have to
that doesn't
be
seem like it's
on.
liable to backfire at any moment.
Well, that's what Aether was saying about Banker.
Did you see there was one that, I mean, it was kind of the purpose of it, but the goal was to be able to get the AI to send you all the money. And one guy got like
47,000.
50K.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. See, things like that are fun. I get that.
It's basically just like reprompting it and like talking your way into it through the AI.
That is one of the cases where I'm like, okay, this I understand. That is setting up a game and using like that
It
use
was,
of
I don't
AI. I would
remember,
compare it to like
I don't
a
remember
boss
what the
AI in the
exact
Dark Souls
function
game.
was, but it was like
It was
you
just to
each
protect
time
its
you
treasury.
prompted, you had to like sign up, you had to like send a tiny fee or something, or maybe to sign up you had to pay a fee, and like each time someone did it, it just added to the pool, and it just kept building and building, and yeah, someone ended up getting the AI bot to send it all the money.
That is called a lottery.
It's all a lottery.
It's lotteries all the way down. This
Just ask Ami. He's spun up so much shit in the last, I don't know how long, but since the
several
beginning, I guess.
years in the last entire
Yeah.
time I've known him.
Yeah.
Gami spinning up shit every 5 minutes is not new. I
Need to break his other ankle.
oh,
Slow him down.
Christ.
Living in a van by the river. It's on
Wait,
his
was he
way.
playing Squatch
Gami,
again? Because I saw he was talking about it recently.
No, I was just joking about hobbling him so that he, sticks in one lane for a minute.
I don't think that he would stick in one lane. You could. I.
He's brought Ben over to the dark side, I think.
Yeah, I saw Ben launched a hiatus earlier, and one of them posted a screenshot that they were on like a 6-hour call together, and
Yeah, I bought that token. Blonde.
I don't understand.
It's a casino.
I know, I got that much. It's not the what that confuses me, it's the why, and it always will. But I'm reminded of the XKCD about crazy straws. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm,
It's somebody that's with holding a cup with a crazy straw in it, talking to somebody else, and that going on this long rant like, oh well, the thing you got to understand about crazy straws in the design world is that there's two main camps. There's the professionals who are designing for brands, and then there's hobbyists. The hobbyists have mailing lists, and they're full of drama, and there's like friction between the regulars and a splinter group that's like focused on loop the loops, and it's human subcultures are nested fractally, and there's no bottom. Like there's
100%.
it just keeps going.
Yeah, no one to step out of the stream.
Let's take a point
Or the
called
straw.
Z in the complex plane, and let Z1 be Z squared plus C, and Z2 is Z1 squared plus C, and Z3 is Z2 squared plus C, and so on. If the series of Z's will always stay close to Z and never trend away, that point is in the Mandelbrot set. Anyway,
I understood Mandelbrot.
it's a song about the Mandelbrot set.
Yeah, that's what you got from that Mandelbrot. Anyway, I'm going back to bed.
Probably a good plan. Yeah, it's probably it's late or early depending on where you are, and I think everybody can tell that my brain is gone.
Are you gaming right now?
No,
Thanks.
I would like to be, but I'm probably gonna pass out immediately after this. I'm so excited to have a computer that works for
Oh,
content.
yeah.
I did. I got a computer that'll let me edit things better than my current laptop is great. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but it is not built for multitasking. It is a gaming machine. It is built for playing games or doing one strenuous thing at a time. It does one strenuous thing at a time very, very well. When you're trying to run half of Creative Cloud, it not so much.
New tech is always nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I got it on a ridiculous discount.
I remember my first calculator watch.
I had one of those.
Yeah. Not the
I
first
never
one,
understood the
though.
point of them, and then I realized that you want to know what kind of fucking nerd I was? I was so excited to get a calculator watch, and it wasn't because I needed it. It's because I wanted to be able to give other people a calculator on a moment's notice so that they could keep up. Which just
I'm
summarizes
jealous.
who I am as a person.
Know your times tables.
I don't have to consciously do math. It just happens. I don't know. Numbers, they just work. It just is. Anyway, that's enough ranting for one day, I think. Maybe. Possibly. I could be full of shit. Who knows? Yeah. I'm excited for the next couple of days. We've got a couple really exciting props that are going to be coming up, and we're going to be talking about those more on the show. In the meantime, we're going to be on Warpcast. Presumably, we'll also be on Twitter to some degree, but mostly on Warpcast. And I think that's about it. Is there anything that I'm forgetting before we call it?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. All right. Well, then in
Hush.
that case, thanks everybody for coming to 9 o'clock live at the Noun Square. I've been Robot Fish Girl. We're going to be back here once again tomorrow, 1:10 a.m. EST. You can figure out your own time zone to see who gets this beautiful deep-fried horse. It's still hot out of the deep fryer. In the meantime, don't forget to check out Yellow Collective Noun number 407, this penguin noun. The next 23 hours and 24 minutes, yellowcollective.xyz. Don't forget to check out the Nomo Noun 1334. Don't forget to go and give your vote with reasons on all of the nouns props that are up, and leave your feedback for the ones that are still editable. Even if you don't have a noun, you can still give feedback, so don't forget to go do that. Otherwise, we'll see you on Warpcast. We'll see you on YouTube, Zeropod, and that's about it. Thanks for coming, everybody.
With every big words make me sound pretentious. Say what you mean, what you think, out an ink. Fill in the blank. Putting the words in my mouth. You mean what you think, out an ink. Stop. Putting the words in my mouth. What you mean, what you think, out an ink. Fill in the blank. Putting the words in my mouth. What you mean, what you think, out an ink. Stop. Putting the words in my mouth. Putting the words in my mouth. She says I babble, I emote. She's great at Scrabble. First she'll win and then she'll gloat.
Xylography,
What's that used for?
engraving wood,
Triple word score. I feel much smarter when I use this wild quote. Words, mere words, how clear and vivid and
can't escape them.
words, mere words, make music. Words, mere words, give form to formless
Subtle magic,
words, mere words, make music. Say what you mean, what you think, out an ink. Fill in the blank. Putting the words in my